And like that, we're here with Tiger and Bunny. Die, it's a bunny. Why are we watching a furry anime?
We're not.
Okay, so yeah, as we said, Tiger and Bunny. Or as some people like to call it who actually know, the predecessor to My Hero Academia. Well, that's basically what this is.
Yeah.
Do you like hero stuff? Then you'll like this too. In fact, I wager that if this didn't air on something as obscure as Neon Alley, people probably would have known about it more.
And Matt, did my Blu-rays let me know it aired on Neon Alley?
I thought you were about to say Inuyasha Alley. I was like, what?
I mean, what did it?
But yeah.
Yeah, sure, they should air... they clearly should have aired reruns of Inuyasha on there.
They did. They also aired the final act. Or the final season, I guess if you want to be literal.
I'm gonna slap you.
Anyway, yeah. This came out in, like, the dub at least, premiered in 2012. Wasn't that when Avengers 2 was coming out? Age of Ultron?
2012 was the very first Avengers.
Oh, see, there you go. It went from 2012 to 2013. So you had Marvel doing that, you had DC coming up with Man of Steel. Like, if this hadn't aired on something like Neon Alley and probably went on Toonami at the time, because that was when Toonami was revived, I guarantee this would have been household too.
Yeah, but no one said Toonami is competent. That's another story.
Or Marvel and DC in 2022. Anyway.
People have lots of things to say about Man of Steel, but that's another story.
So, Tiger and Bunny. The director for it was Keiichi Sato, who did Rage of Bahamut, a show that will never get Season 2's dub because Amazon Prime are fucking evil. I'm not bitter about that or anything. It's not the fact that I've heard numerous people tell me how amazing this show is, but it's like, why am I even going to bother starting it? Only Season 1 is dubbed. Anyway, he also did the Fatal Fury movie, which is 90s anime as hell. We'll cover that at some point. So, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. As far as series writer, it was Masafumi Nishida, who's known for doing things I've never heard of before now. Have you ever heard of The Stand-In Thief?
Yes.
How about Oh Brother, Oh Sister? Apparently these are live-action things.
Oh, of course. Who hasn't?
Well, the anime was by Sunrise and would air in April of 2011, simulcast on Hulu, before the dub would premiere on Neon Alley when Neon Alley first launched in October of 2012. Holy shit, that was 10 years ago. I feel like I'm getting closer to death. I also feel like I made that joke before already, but that joke doesn't get old. Only we do.
Yeah, you made it the last time you brought up Neon Alley.
I miss Neon Alley!
It died the way it lived.
Nowadays, though, you can find the dub for this show on Hulu, I'm pretty sure at least. Or Blu-ray. Or, Netflix. Avoid Netflix. Oh my god, avoid Netflix. And no, this isn't like, oh, Netflix... No, they fucked up Tiger and Bunny Season 1 so colossally. First, let's talk about your reason why you didn't watch it on Netflix and went with the Blu-rays, the sponsorships. So each hero in this has a sponsor, be it Amazon, Toys R Us.
No, that was just a Toys R Us bag.
Either way, there's a bunch of sponsorships and stuff.
Bandai.
Yeah. Pepsi.
Ustream.
If anything dates this, it's fucking Ustream. But yeah, all that shit's removed on the Netflix version. And it's like, okay, you know, that's stupid. It does detract a little bit, I guess, but I could live with it. But no, Netflix also removes all the episode previews, which are kind of comedic, as well as any post-credits scenes when there are some. And it's not like the post-credit scenes are meaningless. No, these are plot-relevant scenes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Netflix, fuck you. You know, I gotta check Hulu to see if they're just as fucked after this, actually. I watched up like episode. Yeah, I checked up like, I'm pretty sure it is. Most of Viz's stuff is. Anyway. I was said the anime was by Sunrise.
Streaming, I could check right now.
Okay. But yeah, the anime was by Sunrise. And we've covered them a lot here, actually, recently. Sunrise do good shit. I can't think of a legit bad thing they've really done. Now, before we get to the actual breakdown of episodes 1 through 13, which is the first set, let's run through our main characters and their cast list real quick. Well, our ADR director is Jamie Simone, who did Bleach, and Susan Goldish, or as we call her, the Goldfish, who also worked on Bleach, and some of Kakaishi. With a bunch of script writers, but the one worth mentioning is Liam O'Brien, because he also voices a major character. You pricks! Nah, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, they have it on here, and based on just the episode thumbnails, they keep in the advertisements.
Okay, so who is the way to go? Alright, there you go. Anyway. Now, let's go through our main characters. And I guess we'll list off what their powers are, because yeah, in this world, people with powers are called nexts, as opposed to, you know, X like X-Men. But that's not where they got it from, no. Oh,
it's
first...
an anagram. Clearly, they caught the fetish.
First, we have Kotetsu, our main character, or as we're going to call him for the rest of this, Tiger. Voiced by Wally Wingert, or Wallace. But it's Renji!
Wallace,
he's back! We literally mean that, by the way.
He's
Tiger...
very Renji-like, except less stupid.
Slightly less stupid. So, yeah, you see, Tiger's whole thing is he's basically a hero of old. He's older than the rest of the main cast or whatever, so he's struggling to hang in there with them.
Years at least.
Yeah, he's struggling to hang in there with them and get with the times, as it were. Oh, it's a guy who's past his prime trying to make ends meet or whatever. Yeah, Renji, he was the Riddler, and a lot of Batman shit. The Arkham stuff, right? And he's Red Tallest! Yeah. We need more Invader Zim, damn it!
Yeah, I wonder why he came back for the movie.
After him, we have Barnaby Brooks Jr., or Bunny. Which is a nickname Tiger gives him, because the two of them get along really well. They're best friends. Anyway, Bunny is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. Huh, I wonder what kind of character he is.
Oh, as long as she's not a complete bitch like that Sasuke guy.
No. Let's see, you all thought Spider-Man was the first hero he voiced, but no.
He's voiced a lot of things. I'm pretty sure Bunny's not even the first.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not either. I mean, technically, Frenchie in Hellsing Ultimate is a hero to us all. That gargantuan hole was just an illusion?
Yeah.
I love that line. Anyway. Yeah. He's basically a new hero that's brought on, and, you know, Jerry Lonthal. So he's emo, but also fangirl bait. Because fucking course he is.
Except he's not a bitch like Sasuke.
Now, I guess we could... Tiger and Bunny have the exact same superpower. Die! It's like Bleach! You get to say what it is!
Their physical capabilities are enhanced for 5 minutes.
Yeah...
Or, like... What is
no,
it,
it does say 5 minutes.
Or 100-fold?
It's 100-fold. That's what they say.
Yeah.
For both of them. And the show does explain this like 7 or 8 eps in. Yeah, like on ep 7 or 8, might as well bring this up now. Every time their powers run out, they have to wait an hour before they can use them again. So they have to.
That's not established till much.
Yeah, like I said, ep 7 or 8. Yeah, I just feel like bringing it up now, so we don't have to later. Saves time. But yeah, so they have to pick and choose when they use their powers. If they use them too early, they'll be fucked. As we've seen, that does happen quite a bit. Especially with Tiger, because, well, Renji.
He likes to rush in there without thinking, because he's Renji.
After that, we have Nathan, or Fire Emblem is his hero name. Voiced by John Eric Bentley, who you'd all probably know as Son Goku. Oh, the Four Tails from the Naruto franchise. Never mind, I was gonna say. There's also Dr. Matsumoto from Vivi. You all should go watch Vivi. This is a good show. I liked it. I don't know. And he was Ziggy in Eden Zero, which that is a season 2. Yay!
What if the killer robots were idols? Skynet is stepping up its game.
It knows its shit, man. That was a better Terminator revival than Dark Fate. Anyway. So, yeah. As his name suggests, Fire Emblem uses fire, right? So basically it.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's gay. And we mean, like, straight up.
Yeah,
There's several moments where you see him. Yeah, he's all over that shit. Actually, I often wonder, was he one of the ones who was at the BBC gangbang I was forced to take part in? Against my will. That's how I told you I took several BBCs to the face. Okay, anyway, moving on from him. Next we have Karina. Or Blue Rose. AKA the fanboy bait. In fact, they even expressly state that in the show. She's voiced by Carrie Walgren. It's Saber from the Fate series.
Okay, well, occasionally.
It's Celty from Durarara.
It's not.
See, last time we covered Bakuno, now we're covering Durarara.
No one's ever heard of Durarara, apparently.
She's also Fu from Samurai Champloo. These are shows we really need to cover at some point. Anyway, Blue Rose, what's her power?
Ice.
There you go. See, so she's basically Yuki Onna. Except not really. Anyway.
And she fires it from guns too, so she's like Mr. Freeze. Or that bitch-ass version of Captain Cold.
Fuck Captain Cold and Injustice 2 when you were using them. Just point that out. Fuck him. Anyway.
Well, that's what you get for using Firestorm, you bitch.
Afterwards, we have the next female on the team. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna butcher this. Paolin Huang. Or Dragon Kid. Yeah, can you guys see why I'm gonna stick with their hero names for the rest of this?
Yeah.
Anyway, she's voiced by Laura Bailey. Speaking of Laura Bailey, yes, I know. So, did you think her friend Joy Baker was the only one who's been fucking stupid lately?
No, that's silly.
Alright, so first let me just say this. Laura Bailey's been recently going on a tirade saying sexualizing female characters in fiction is very regressive. We need to stop to progress forward as a society. Yes, the same Laura Bailey who voiced Lust in FMA, Rain in the Blood Rain games, which remind you just came out and got remastered, and Catherine from Catherine with C. You all know what I mean with that statement. So Laura Bailey, I respect everything you've done as a VA. I'm always going to respect your work and enjoy your roles or whatever. This one instance, you probably should just shut the fuck up and stop talking. Anyway, I promise that's the only time I'm gonna get downer on this, because Tiger and Bunny's fucking great, Laura Bailey does an amazing job as Dragon Kid, and all 15 other roles she has in this show.
Yeah. And you know what? What's wrong with you? Why'd you pick a show that doesn't have shitty writing? I can't believe you.
I thought you were the one who picked this after we did Bleach.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, back on track though, what's Dragon Kid's ability?
Well, what's your favorite kind of thunder? You
Thunderhead?
Don't really see much about it. Much of it. And she fights with a a staff to her pole arm or what have at you.
Yeah, she uses kung fu.
We haven't really seen. Yeah, kung fu. She's dressed. She's real subtle about it. Her civilian attire, she's dressed in a fucking yellow track jacket. Subtle.
Well, speaking of Laura Bailey, we now have the next hero. Here, oh, fuck! I tried saying his name and hero at the same time. Hero Antonio, or Rock Bison. Oh, Rock Bison. Okay, if anyone's the jobber on the team, it's him. So Rock Bison's voiced by Travis Willingham, which again, does he really need any introduction? You all know him as Thor from that Avengers game 2 years ago. Remember that game, guys? Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, clearly, they will remember him mostly as Cell from Battle of Z.
That is so weird, man. It's like Yuri Lowenthal being Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even know what the fuck Rock Bison's power is.
I mean, he has some kind of strength, and he uses drills that are on his armor.
Yeah, it's not really even explained until the movie, which we'll get to later, don't worry.
And we didn't... And it's the thing is, you probably, on your first watch through, you probably won't pay attention to how much of a jobber he is, but it's really noticeable this time around, especially with the plot points that happen later.
Yeah. But, oh yeah, when he's wearing his armor, they do give him a filter, which is kind of cool, I guess. He has a voice filter on.
Everyone, really.
Yeah.
Everyone who's at least wearing armor like that, so Tiger and Bunny...
Well, after Rock Bison,
High,
we have Keith, speaking of which. Keith is Sky High, which actually I will say this, if you notice every character has been from a different region. I haven't said their last names because holy shit, I would butcher them into oblivion. But I'm pretty sure Rock Bison's supposed to be Hispanic. But yeah. Keith
he also serves as Tiger's drinking buddy when they're off duty. Also, we should mention what his fucking civilian attire he looks like in a civilian attire.
Oh yeah, you
just
pointed that out.
Real bleach, fucking.
Yep, Ginjo. Which the Fullbring arc was dubbed after this, so maybe they did that as a reference. I don't know.
He looks like one-for-one Ginjo, even his fucking hairstyle. Even the way he kind of dresses when they're out drinking in the bars.
So does that mean Ginjo and Renji in some weird reality are friends? They're drinking buddies.
Yeah, even though they technically never met in Bleach.
Anyway, so back on track. Keith, or Sky High, he's basically the Superman of the show. I'd honestly say All Might was more inspired by Sky High than anyone else in My Hero.
Well, not so much the abilities.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about like his personality. The whole "I am here." Sky High says thanks and thanks again.
They even call him the King of Heroes.
Yeah. So, no joke. My first time watching this, I actually thought Sky High was going to turn out to be evil or some shit.
No, he's just really awkward.
Yeah, no, like fucking, Homelander from The Boys. I actually thought they were going to go for that in the first couple of episodes. But yeah, he's voiced by...
That's not even subtle.
He's voiced by Patrick Seitz, who we've covered here a billion times before. But hey, he's Takeda from My Senpai is Annoying. By the way, Futaba is best girl, fight me.
I'm sure you wanted to say that.
He's also Luke Valentine from Hellsing. And yeah, you can tell he's having fun voicing this character. That's the thing about this dub. Everyone is having fun with it.
Yeah. And it's against his usual typecasting, because, like I said,
he's usually
really
edgelord.
Awkward.
Yeah, and he's usually edgy as fuck. But yeah, so what is Sky High's abilities, Dai?
I mean... we don't really didn't get a good glimpse of it till the final arc. He uses Wind.
Yeah, he can fly and use wind. That's all I got from this set.
Pressurized, he can weaponize wind is what we also got, but they're usually fighting bank robbers, so he doesn't really need to do it.
Well, next on the hero list we have Ivan, whose last name I also will not try pronouncing. Origami Cyclone. Origami Cyclone.
But unfortunately, you're gonna have to pronounce the father's last.
Michael Sainter Nicholas. Oh hey, it's Nuetra from Bleach. Or Noetora if you want to be boring and correct. He's also Franz from Fena Pirate Princess. Fuck that anime. Why? It's one of those things. Yes, if you're wondering, Fena was thought of to do a Dubster dive at some point, but it's like, I just didn't care enough. But hey, he was also in both dubs of One Piece, making him, I think, one of the only people who was. And Origami Cyclone's ability die. What is it?
He's a shapeshifter.
At this masquerade?
At this masquerade.
He also likes photobombing. That's his whole gimmick.
Yeah, until his character arc, his whole thing is he's just photobombing just so that just because the sponsors at least want to be seen. They don't care about his hero score.
Yep, which we'll explain that in a minute. Only a couple of people left before we get to the show proper. Next on the main cast is Kaede, who's Tiger's daughter.
I would put that under minor recurring at this.
She's major enough, though, to bring it up now, I guess, because we do see her a lot in the first couple of episodes to establish Tiger's issues. Anyway, she's voiced by Eden Regal, who we've also covered here a lot. The new voice of Coco in Crash. Or Hifumi in Persona 5. You know, one of the best girls, right, Dai?
What a story.
Anyway, we'll come back to her once we get to the breakdown. The last one worth mentioning is Mario the Announcer, because as we mentioned, this show works with heroes needing to be sponsored and every one of their actions to be televised. In order for the sponsors to make money, because it's the most entertaining thing in the world watching heroes save people. Ironically enough, My Hero started doing that, what, partway through? Like in Season 3 or something? We learned that's what a lot of heroes were doing. Yeah, you could tell My Hero did borrow some shit from this.
Demonically inspired.
Exactly. Anyway, Mario the Announcer is voiced by Darren Norris, which, yes, I know, fun fact, he used to be married to Mary Elizabeth McGlynn before she dumped him for Steve Blum. I'm so sorry for you, man. Anyway, he's voiced Nanao from Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, and he was Narrator Kun in Street Fighter 2V. And, yeah, you could tell he's having a lot of fun being Announcer Kun.
Of course, who wouldn't? Yeah, there's amazing.
He is. But alright, so we've got our main cast lined up. Everyone, as you could tell, is an industry legend, unlike in Platinum End. Yes, I have to take a jab at Platinum End every single time now. We gotta give anticipation.
Even with all the lower Baileys, its ad voices are nowhere near as bad as Platinum End's.
Dude, if they got Laura Bailey and Platinum End, like I said, despite what I said earlier, that'd be fucking great. She'd bring some much-needed recognition to that damn dub.
Which it okay, Platinum End's gonna get its own time.
Yeah.
In like 14 weeks.
Whatever the fuck. Anyway, so I guess let's get down to this. How will this show handle itself? So we were in the city of Sternbild. Stern Ritter reference here. Blah blah blah. Which is an alternate version of New York City, where, as we said, humans are... Yeah, and there are humans called Nexts that fight off crime and televise their feats to compete in a season of Hero TV, where the winner gets all the fame and glory, etc. And we're at the season finale as Episode 1 enters. And... yeah, this opening is basically meant to establish who the heroes are and what their powers are, as we just discussed. Where, you know, Tiger is fucking up, as Tiger does. Some of the crooks here voiced by Keith Silverstein and Patrick Seitz, because Patrick Seitz, right out of the gate.
Yeah, he arrested his own heart. Wait.
Oh, speaking of Tiger, I thought it was great here when he uses power. He shouts out, "Wild Roar!" As if the Renji connection wasn't big enough. What?
Yes, Roar, Zabimaru.
Speaking of which, when we cut back to the studio of people filming this, we have the cameraman, Morris, voiced by Keith Silverstein. Already 2 for 2 with Keith. I'm sure that's not going to be an issue.
Isn't it always in anything he's in from?
And we have Agnes, the lead producer of the TV show, voiced by Tara Platt. Well, ship her with Bunny or Yuri Lowenthal. Yeah, can already hear people saying that now. Anyway.
Already. Wait.
As they're discussing, keep the cameras rolling. Don't worry, these robbers will be stopped. It doesn't matter if Tiger's an idiot and fucking everything up.
Hold for 30 seconds for a commercial.
I mean, it's like reality TV if it were more edgy and exciting.
So it's like reality TV but watchable, because who the fuck watches reality TV? No,
I don't even have cable anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, Tiger gets fucking shot here. And he's like, "You shot me? Seriously? The fucking day I'm having. My power ran out because I used up all 5 minutes. I'm fucking things up."
I mean, he got shot before his power ran out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Obviously.
Like, he's having a shit day. Yeah. I love when Blue Rose shows up in this sequence, by the way. The 8-ouncer Mario just goes, "And every male fan knows who she is." But Dai, don't you love Blue Rose's one-liner that even she herself doesn't like saying?
Because spawns.
But she says, "My ice is a little cold, and your crime has been completely put on hold. Feel the cringe. Feel it."
Pepsi next, indeed.
Till she ends up getting shot at, and she ends up doing her patented cutie escape. And as Tiger points out, what? She's just running away!
The things that their sponsors make them do.
But hey, Tiger's about to get fucked up before someone steps in and saves him. Actually, for those of the uninitiated, what ends up happening here when Yuri Lowenthal, who we don't know who it is yet, but we totally do, ends up having to save him? What? Aren't the terrorists
falling from a blimp?
That's what I thought it was. Yeah. Hey man, poor vision and all that. But yeah, he gets saved by... What's up?
Yuri Lowenthal in his his prototype armor, because he's not in the sponsor version yet.
Yep, which we'll get to that in a minute. Of course, the criminals are all apprehended after this as the season of Hero TV comes to a close. And, yeah, we cut to Tiger and his manager talking about how times have changed. And his manager, Ben Jackson, is voiced by Bo Billingsley. I don't know who this dude is.
Yeah. Never heard of him before.
But he tells Tiger to keep his chin up because the ceremony to crown the King of Heroes is arriving, so he'll be fine. He'll be good. We should mention that if you're wondering how you score points in this competition, basically saving people, looking good for the camera, and stopping crimes. The usual, but it has to be caught on Hero TV for it to count.
Arresting people, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it has to be caught on TV for it to count, which... when it was about to go to commercial break, Agnes was yelling at Tiger, "Wait, don't jump in." He's like, "I don't give a damn about the points. I'm going to save people's lives." Which is a theme with him in this show. Anyway, at the ceremony, would you all be shocked to know Sky High wins?
I know, it's like we spoiled it already.
They were even calling him the King of Heroes already, though, before that. Meaning he's probably won multiple seasons in a row. Yeah.
Which is not surprising.
As the award is introduced by the CEO of Hero TV and the Hero organization, Albert Maverick. That name sounds edgy as fuck. And he's voiced by...
so evil.
Yeah, but he's actually a really nice guy. He's voiced by Jameson Price. It's Papa Tiger from BlazBlue. Or one of the 3 voices of Chad from Bleach. Hopefully it only stays 3 voices and Chad doesn't add a 4th to his repertoire. Anyway, he's also here to introduce the new hero, Barnaby Brooks Jr. The guy that saved Tiger. What's up?
Is that he died instantly.
Damn it! Oh, Keiko's not here! I mean, he technically is. Yeah, you're right. Barnaby is here. Yeah. After that happens, though, Tiger's like, that douche? Fuck this, I'm out of here. He was a dick. He was a smug prick. Leaving the party. And that's when we find out when he gets a call on his phone from Kaede, his daughter, he's kind of having parental issues, because his job as a hero is getting in the way of being a parent.
Because he has to be all the way in this city.
Yep.
Away.
And also, Kaede doesn't even know he's Wild Tiger, because he's from the age where he believes heroes should keep their anonymity. Which again, Barnaby goes under his real name because he believes that's from a bygone time and heroes should be known by the world.
And who would have thought teaming them up would be such a good idea?
We're not at the team up yet, you spoiled it! It's not like it's in the title of the show.
You already spoiled it. Never mind.
At the party, we find out who all the managers are voiced by, which... just to get a couple out of the way now, because they're not relevant. One's Keith Silverstein, again. Can you all tell who the worst one's going to be in this dub?
Yeah.
Another one's Kirk Thornton. You all know Kirk, right? Shadow the Hedgehog.
Man, his voice got so much better as Shadow after Generations.
Speaking of Keith, is there anyone a Zhongli fangirl in Genshin? What?
Are you asking a serious question?
Anyway. And of course at this party, Fire Emblem ends up grabbing Rock Bison's ass and says, man, you've got a lot of junk in the trunk, don't you? And Rock Bison's like, get the hell off of me! Yeah, Fire Emblem pursues everyone. Every man he has a thing for, and I'm for it. I think it's great. Fire Emblem's fucking awesome. You leave him alone. Meanwhile, back with Tiger as he's getting yelled at by Kaede, we found out that Tiger's mom is also voiced by Carrie Walgren, which...
You really honestly can't tell that much.
Yeah, it's only in a few lines, only if you know ahead of time. She's doing an old woman voice.
Oh, also, speaking of her, the singing is dubbed.
Yep. Because Blue Rose also likes to sing.
And she's... technically an idol too. She puts on concerts as Blue Rose.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
But we'll get to her when she gets her own episode. But it's soon after this where Tiger meets up with Ben Jackson, who should have been voiced by Ben Diskin, just to make the namesake stupid. But I don't know if Ben Diskin could do a voice this deep and sexy. Anyway. As he tells him, the sponsors are cutting Tiger loose because he came in last place because he sucks. He's not making them any money.
They're shutting down.
Exactly, because he wasn't bringing in any money. So he has to get a new sponsor.
A new sponsor.
And the new sponsor he gets is run by a guy named Alexander Lloyds. Yeah, not Lloyd, Lloyds, with an S.
Yeah.
Voiced by Darren Norris, again, the announcer dude. To be honest, this is the voice I most know him for, because again, Street Fighter anime, as well as the other stuff I've seen with him in it. This seems to be his go-to. You know, where it's like, you better do this or you're fired. I'm your boss. And
take a vacation or you're fired.
yeah. That's when he tells him, I have a great idea. I'm partnering you up with the new kid, Barnaby. What? Why? Because we've never done it before. It'll shake things up. You get to show him the ropes, because you're the old man.
We're totally not teaming up because you both have the same powers or anything. That would be weird.
Yeah. And Tiger's like, oh, well, I have to, though. Do it or you're fired. That's going to be a go-to with this dude, including when he gives them the new costumes. Which, I guess now I can bring this character up since he's about to show up anyways, Saito. Or as I first had him written down as the Whisperer. Yeah, he whispers all of his lines.
Sometimes they're so quiet and all of his lines are subtitled.
Except when he talks through a speaker, then he talks normally.
That's just how... Well, just because it's amplifying his whispers apparently.
Yeah, he's voiced by Dave Wittenberg. You all know him, Kakashi. And the old voice of Teddy from P4?
For some reason.
I don't even know why that voice changed. Oh, whatever. Wait a minute, does that mean if Sam shows up, we'll have both Teddys?
No, that'd be weird. He's totally not gonna, being how he's one of the script Oh
yeah, Sam Riegel was a scriptwriter. Oh no, don't interrupt it with Michael St. Nicholas, please!
It would be weird.
Anyway, so Tiger's like, what's wrong with my old suit? I don't want to switch suits, do it or you're fired. Oh. But I mean, these suits have a bitchin' new thing on their arm, a new switch that... Doesn't it just tell them the time?
I mean, they're pretty much Iron Man suits.
And also, yeah, it tells them how much longer their powers have.
Even when it goes into the view of their helmets, the view of their heads inside their helmets, it's pretty much how it does it with Iron Man and the Marvel, if he's honest.
I still need to watch those. Anyway, so, on their first assignment together, you can tell they're getting along. Like, Tiger giving him the nickname Bunny, saying he's got the floppy ears and all. I mean, are his ears that floppy, dog? I know what he means, I'm being a dick.
Those are just pointy things.
I'm being a dick, man, I know.
I mean, yes, when you think of rabbits, you think of Bandai.
Yeah, and the two of them arguing which way is better, because, you know, Tiger's from the past, while Bunny's from the present.
Or Tiger usually punches a lot, while Bunny kicks. Get it? It's subtle.
Yeah, but the dynamic between these two actually works really well.
Well, that's also because it doesn't have shitty writing.
Actually, the dynamic with all the heroes when you see them interact works well. Because there are moments, as we'll get to later, where it's like, hey, we should help this dude out. You know, can you help out? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what? Why would we? We're competition. We're not friends. We're just co-workers. And it's like, it's a valid point, actually. But anyway, on their first mission, everything's going well. Especially when a telekinetic using Next makes a giant fuck-off statue move. As you do.
Or they don't know about it right away. It's just a giant fuck-off statue.
Yeah, but it's in the same episode.
Yeah.
Doesn't it end up nearly crushing them before it randomly stops?
Yeah.
In their first encounter. And like, huh, what the hell happened?
Maybe it got bored.
You're right. But yeah, after their first encounter with it, Tiger has another talk with Kaede, and he's like, hey, you're going to the ice ring, right? To put on a performance. That's great. I'll be there. Oh shit, the statue's moving again. I can't be there, but I can't tell you about the statue, so it just makes it look like I'm a dick who's breaking my promise. Oh god. It's like Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Turbo Man always kept his promises. Anyone who gets that reference is a legend.
That really was a bomb.
It's a sick world with sick people. No, we're not on that episode yet. Quoted it too early. Anyway, Tiger ends up getting knocked out this go around, which is when we get a flashback of him. And his younger self is voiced by Lucien Dodge. You know, Kiba from Doggy V3. Or Guile from High Score Girl, which, yeah... Can't believe I didn't notice that was him. I don't know why. I can never call Lucien Dodge out.
Dust and Elysian Tale, indeed.
Well, that's when we find out Tiger was saved by Mr. Legend, who was the former King of Heroes and known as the greatest hero to ever live. And he's voiced by Kyle Hebert. Oh my god, it's Bison! Surprisingly, Kyle Hebert is not that many ad voices in this dub, and I think that's the most shocking thing of all.
He's been only by like 2 people, and we're covering up to episode 13. Spoilers.
Well, we already said that. So yeah.
Again.
Kyle Hebert does a good job here as Mr. Legend, doing all the whole heroic hamming it up thing, and that's what inspires Tiger to want to become a hero. Because Mr. Legend's like, oh, don't worry. Just do your best. I'm saving people because I want to. Of course, after he wakes up, Bunny's there. They bicker a bit more.
They're both being held in hand of the statue.
Yeah, it's pretty funny actually. And Bunny's like, "Don't call me Bunny. My name's Barnaby." And Tiger goes, "I'm not a bunny. I'm a Barnaby."
Yeah, that does sound very Runchy-like thing to do.
But it's after they're done arguing, a stone lion is headed for the ice ring Kaede's at, which is when Tiger says, "Fuck this, I'm using my power." And doesn't he just leave Bunny there when Bunny's like, "Hey, you could let me out too"?
Yeah, but he'll get out eventually. It's okay.
Actually, how the fuck does he escape? Does he just use his own power?
His power?
Yeah. Yeah, when he arrives, when he arrives at the ice ring, Kaede is about to get crushed, and Bunny's the one who ends up saving her.
I mean, you skipped some of the things.
I know. It's one of those things. Do we have like 15 episodes or 11 episodes left? I'm getting to that though.
Detail.
Yeah, it's also during the last encounter where Bunny theorizes the kid that was in the statue's hand that they see, named Tony. Name isn't Tony. Is the next controlling it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, another Laura Bailey role. Who's... what's it?
Apparently, yeah, and this is going to bring us back to another thing we're going to bring up later. Apparently, the civilians who keep being put in danger, some of them are recurring hostages, apparently.
Yep. We'll get to that, though, in a bit. So, yeah, it turns out Tony was bullied by all of his classmates, because, like, we thought you're a freak, you can use telekinesis. It's fucking weird. It's like, what? Dude, if I knew someone who could use telekinesis, that'd be fucking awesome. Wouldn't you hang out with them for life? Also, pretty sure the one picking on Tony was also Lucien Dodge, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Because pretty sure you called that one out.
He's a few ad voices.
So is Jerry Lowenthal and Wally. Yeah, whatever.
Of course, they were only Walla at that point. Thus, just did some other things.
Eventually shit gets so out of hand that a building's about to collapse as the heroes are trying to hold it back, and Tiger convinces Tony to use his powers for good, saying, "You can be a hero. You feel great. You can do this."
Yeah, he pretends his power is about to run out.
Yeah.
To goad him into helping.
So Tony uses his powers to stop the building, and he's like, "Thank you, Tiger. You're my friend." We will never see Tony again. Probably. I honestly can't remember if they show up in the second half or not. I don't think they do though.
They'll probably get a cameo. It is this show.
Also, I'm sure Tiger's happy at the end of the episode when he gets a call from Kaede. And she's like, oh, don't worry, I'm great. I'm not in danger anymore. Also, I think I love Barnaby. I'm a fangirl of his now. And Tiger's thinking, oh, what? Why that dick? Oh, yeah. Now we're on episode 3. This is the bomb one, die. Sure made it here.
Yeah. Someone set up us the bomb.
Yeah, it was Kirk Thornton. Again.
Oh, yeah.
Which I literally just have him here as Bomber Kirk, because we never find out his name, and he is in a couple of these episodes. Someone could put out, actually, his name in the official guidebook is blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, okay?
He's only in 2 episodes. It doesn't matter what his name is.
Anyway, T and B are trying to do a simulation together to work on their teamwork, and arguing over which direction to go. As Tiger thinks you should trust your instinct, while Bunny's like, no, you need to think things through. I wonder if this will be important later in the episode.
No, clearly they're just wasting time and have plain pointless bickering. Clearly it's CW levels of writing.
But the CW is up for sale. How can something with such quality writing be for sale?
Because its writing is so good that it makes 0 money.
Oh, that makes sense. Anyway, so the simulation fucks up. Obviously, they fail it. And they continue bickering, and that's when we cut to Bunny appreciation time, where the heroes have to all say something nice about Bunny, including Fire Emblem saying he wants to fuck him.
Why? Yeah, sure.
Remember, he's
really
like, he's...
air that in a segment?
Yeah, I remember he's like, oh, I would really like it if that hottie came to my place. Yummy.
Yeah.
Come on, Fire Emblem. You need to be for Astolfo. We all know this. What, Fate Apocrypha? Don't judge me. Anyway, Sky High does his famous catchphrase, I am glad he's an ally. Thanks, and thanks again, which prompts one of them to ask, do people really like that catchphrase? Apparently the fans fucking do. They eat it up.
And that's probably the only thing he can say, because he's really awkward.
Yeah. We'll find that out in one of Bunny's episodes coming up.
He also has a pet dog.
I wonder if the dog was voiced by someone.
It's either voice someone or stock sounds. Place your bets now before you get to his episode in the next set.
Well, we cut to Bunny's house where the cameraman Morris is there. Or Bunny lives in an apartment, right? It's apartment or house? It's apartment, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
And Bunny's like, I have no privacy, do I? And Morris is like, well, people just want to know what it's like in the everyday life of Barnaby. And then he proceeds to ask me, he's like, oh, don't worry. I'm not going to go looking around for your stash or anything. By the way, do you know any good sites? Come on. Trust me, man, I know what you're all
about. I hear it's really open.
Actually, I think that site still exists.
And it just takes you domain name up for sale.
I will say it's a little awkward cutting from the banter between Morris and him to Bunny having a flashback and us finding out his past. He was saved by Maverick because his parents were moited. Wonder if that's going to be important later. Probably not. Probably just fluff text.
Let's see. If you see, if someone is named Maverick, it means they're a really nice guy.
Mega Man X? I mean, what about Jake Maverick? Or is it Drake Maverick? It's Drake Maverick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You all know the only one that matters is Duff McWhalen. What are you talking about?
We're just throwing all the references out there this episode. Well, hey, we're at a museum now, Di! With more T&B action, because they're forced to do more press events together with Agnes.
Yeah.
As a shady Kirk Thornton dude comes out of an elevator saying, I just had to grease the cables. Don't worry, everything's all good.
I think that, no, you can, the restaurant's in...
Restaurant?
No,
wait, was it a restaurant? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was right after the museum. I thought, because it, yeah. You
No,
guys saw
the museum is in the future episode.
Oh, because I thought they were talking about the Mr. Legend Museum right before this, so I assumed it was
they're
that.
talking about it, but they're going. This is a restaurant.
Okay, my bad. See, I acknowledge my fuck up.
You know, one of those high-rise restaurants. You have a window view of the city. Blah blah blah.
Well, this
is a mix mash of every type of city put together.
Even though it says it's an alternate New York, apparently. They even have Brock's Bridge.
Some people even occasionally have Brooklyn accents.
Well, soon after the shady Kirk fucks off, there's a bomb scare going on, a bomb threat or whatever. And they're like, could the bomb be? Tiger, being the one who ran into him, this is why we said maybe he's slightly smarter than Renji, remembers about the shady Kirk dude and runs into the elevator finding it.
I was just grease in the elevator.
And he's like, but he wasn't dirty.
Well, maybe he used the clear water grease. Yeah.
And he runs back and ends up having to get Bunny and tells all the civs to evacuate. And he's forced to film Bunny because Agnes obviously can't go because she's a civ. As Bunny knows how to disarm a bomb because of training. Whatever the fuck that means.
Maverick training. He's clearly a Maverick hunter. Oh wait, he's not JYB. Never mind.
I don't think JYB's in this. Which, that's really surprising too when this came out. But yeah, it ends up doing the whole, two wires thing, and Tiger basically shouts which one to cut, and Bunny listens, using his instinct. Bringing it back to the start of the episode.
The top one. And by cutting, we mean they punch a hole in the roof and kick it up so it explodes.
As now, Bunny's starting to get more of an appreciation for Tiger, so they're slowly starting to get along. It's almost like character development.
I know, it's kind of weird.
Now we're on the one post-credit scene Netflix did keep, where Tiger and Bison meet at a bar to drink and discuss the bomb, which apparently is a C9 bomb. As Blue Rose is playing music. I wonder if that's going to be a lead-in for her being in the next episode.
No, that'd be silly. Anyways, she's in the next episode.
The Blue Rose episode, where her dad is Keith Silverstein and her mom is Laura Bailey. And Laura Bailey judging her costume for being provocative. Classic. I'm sorry, I'm still mad about that. Damn it, Laura Bailey, why? Fucking California. Indoctrination bullshit. Anyway. And we find out Blue Rose doesn't really care to be a hero. She more wants to be an idol and a singer. So, I wonder if this is going to go anywhere in this episode. As another terrorist attack happens, this time with a tank. I love how Tiger was like, man, do we have to stop common crooks? I want to deal with some real heavy stuff, like machine guns and stuff. Then a tank shows up and he's like, what the fuck? I didn't mean like this.
I didn't ask for a tank. Where the hell did I even get a tank?
Yeah, Blue Rose does show up, but she ends up getting distracted. Nomi style. Ha, Nomi, you're getting a shout out. And Bunny ends up having to save her, because she has a lot on her mind right now. As the Dragon Kid ends up stopping the terrorist coon.
The criminal kind of has an SMG, which no one told anyone about.
I mean, hey, that's what Tiger wanted. He said with machine guns and stuff. But it's alright.
His throwaway line had a payoff?
Dragon Kid's there to save the day, as the criminal's apprehended. But... yes, Dragon Stance. Blue Rose is still thinking of retiring as she's getting tutored by Kyle Bear. Damn it, I guess he's the other person. And she's talking to one of her friends about her job or whatever. About her singing career. And her friend is voiced by Laura Bailey. So, one of her best friends is Laura Bailey, who's also her mom, and also Dragon Kid, her co-worker. She must live a very awkward life if that's the case.
Yeah.
Also, we mentioned before, her manager is Kirk Thornton. She confesses she doesn't care to be a hero at the next Heroes meeting, as Tiger goes on a spiel saying, yeah, but we're not heroes just for the fame. We do it in order to save people's lives. We're not doing it just to be, notice me, senpai.
Notice me.
And then Tiger's like, what, you gonna say something, Bunny? Bunny's like, actually, no. I completely agree with you for once. Huh. Which we didn't mention earlier, Bunny is obsessed with points, but you can tell at this point Tiger's slowly starting to rub off on him, where he's like, yeah, the points don't matter as much as people. Yes, rub off, I know, die, lol. But yeah, at Rose's next event, Blue Rose, she runs into Tiger, who tells her to pursue her dreams, that she could make it as a singer. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. And he reaffirms to her exactly why he became a hero. As we reach the climax of the episode, Blue Rose still singing because she said she's done being a hero at a bar. While, what the fuck is it, an oil rig gets hijacked, it's set on fire or something?
It's exploding. Or it's attacked because... Yes.
Well, while the heroes are trying to get in there, on Hero TV, at the bar, a drunk Keith Silverstein, because of fucking course. Can you all tell who the two worst ones in this dub yet are?
By the way, this drunk Keith is a recurring character.
He's like, these heroes are shit. If they want us to notice them, senpai, then they better do their job. Which inspires Blue Rose to yell at the dudes, saying, hey, they don't just want to be noticed, they're real heroes. Forcing her to want to go... Forcing her to understand everything and go help out. Stopping the fire and saving them. As she realizes, you know, being a hero isn't so bad.
Outside of what your sponsors ask you to do, that's horrifying.
I don't know. I think her outfit's very cultured, honestly. I'm a degenerate, I know. I'm sorry.
Of course you are.
But hey, we start the next episode with Tiger being found guilty of property damage, because, yeah, as we said, he likes punching things.
Yeah.
That includes a lot of, property damage. And the one judging him and finding him guilty is voiced by Liam O'Brien. Wonder if this character is going to be relevant.
No, that'd be silly. We all know that Tiger and Bunny is a show that likes to waste its time.
Well... It's after this point. Oh yeah, by the way, Liam O'Brien. Yeah, Q theme song, Infinite Sonic Forces. Lol.
God, it's trying way too hard.
Gaara from Naruto. Liam O'Brien, edgelord. Anyway, we cut to T and B arguing about it as a random Civ, voiced by Carrie Walgren with a southern accent, walks up and asks Barnaby to sign her baby.
It's real subtle because southern accent, I guess.
Yeah. Which, when Barnaby's about to give her his pen after he's done signing it, he ends up dropping it, and when Tiger goes to reach for it, it ends up getting hit by a car.
He accidentally kicks it, it goes into the street, and a car runs over it.
Tiger's unlucky as fuck. But yeah, and that's when Bunny gets mad at Tiger for like, stop meddling in shit, man, you're not helping. Also, this woman says to Barnaby, happy early birthday, because his birthday's tomorrow. That's when Tiger gets it in his idea, maybe I should hold a birthday party for Bunny. Yeah.
Oh, this turns into a really dumb idea.
Yeah, this was one of the scenes also when that I was mentioning before, where he's like, hey, let's help Bunny. They're like, why would we care? He's our competition, when he's talking to the heroes. And then Sky High's like, we should help Bunny. And everyone immediately agrees with it. That's why I thought, oh, maybe Sky High's actually evil the first time I saw this. Because, like, all the heroes were immediately willing to listen to him.
Yeah. But no, it's just because he's the king of heroes.
Yeah. We also got a subplot introduced where there's a $6 million diamond that a Kyle Hebert thief wants to steal. Which I think this is the last Kyle Hebert.
This is the last one of at least of this set.
Well, the heroes are rehearsing a skit where they play as criminals as Tiger and Bunny end up having to play the part of the victims or whatever, being surrounded.
Or no, we're talking about the rehearsal part where
yeah,
he's
that's what I
holding
mean.
a stuffed, I don't know, cardboard stuffed bunny thing, mascot-looking thing.
Yeah. And he's going, oh no, I'm so scared, Tiger! And Sky High is like, I really love this role. Do you think I need to tone down my lines a bit?
Yeah, he might be kind of awkward.
So, of course, this leads into them really trying to do it when Tiger lures Bunny over to where they are.
They also they're also dressed like robbers, and they pull out guns. But when they shoot them, it says "Happy Birthday," you know,
yeah.
Joker style.
When but it ends up building to where they do the real thing, where Bunny's dragged along with Tiger there, and the real Kyle Aber criminal shows up. And it's a hilarious scene where Tiger...
It's just really awkward.
Yeah.
Wait,
where Tiger's
really
like, what are you doing,
criminal?
man? This isn't your lines. And Kyle Aber's like, what the hell are you talking about? What is going on here? And then he ends up shooting at them, and Tiger's like, whoa, man, why are you using live rounds? The fuck? That wasn't in the script. In a world where no one can recognize voices.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, he was just trying to rush through it so it wasn't awkward. So he could actually do it. He probably wasn't paying much attention to the fact that Sky High, you put on a little weight.
You're a fat man now. But well, the Kyle Aber thing ends up getting away to go for the diamond as they find out it's a real criminal. And Sky High is depressed because he really wanted to do the skit.
What, you mean there was a payoff to every subplot set up?
Yeah, Bunny gets pissed off at Tiger again for meddling, but they end up putting their differences aside to take on the Kyle Aber criminal, whose ability is making his body diamond.
Yeah. He's also robbing with two guys dressed like that are his butlers, and they're both doing silly voices.
I couldn't tell who they were voiced by, I'm gonna be real.
I think one of them was Kirk.
Yeah, I know Jamie Simone also did ad voices, the ADR director, which if you're ADR director, yeah, just do ad voices. Don't cast yourself as a main.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is when good luck mode in their suits was activated, which what the fuck does that even do?
It makes one of Tiger's hands really big and one of Bunny's feet really big. Well, and it also extends them a bit too.
Yeah, because Saito says, I upgraded your
Saito
suits.
says, it does nothing. It just makes them look cool.
Well, they end up working together to take down the Diamond Man, Diamond Dallas Page, whatever you want to call him.
They cut him like a diamond.
As the episode comes to a close with them making up. But now we're on episode 6! Which this ep opens up in a prison, which is probably in Brooklyn, being as how everyone has a Brooklyn accent. Including a guard voiced by Ben Diskin. Why is he only ad voices or one-off characters in this show? I'm kind of depressed about that. Come on, he deserves better, damn it. What?
Okay, Mark, what is...
Anyway... It's here we find out prisoners were being murked, for they were burned alive.
Yeah, with flames that are blue. And a little bit green. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, so Fire Emblem is suspected of Moida, and by proving his innocence, he has to set Tiger on fire to test the durability of Tiger's suit. Why not Bunny?
And
because Bunny has a press event.
He was there because Saito volunteered him.
Yep. Because Bunny has an interview. Which we find out during the interview, Bunny says he hates flames, because, again, what happened in his past.
Yeah.
Which, they actually do something with PTSD with him. Whenever he sees fire, it does trigger him. Although I do wonder how does that work if he's ever forced to work with Fire Emblem. That must be really awkward.
I guess if he's just attacked with fire, it seems to do that.
Well, that's when Bunny starts investigating a symbol in his past, the Ouroboros symbol. Complete global saturation.
Wait a minute. Albert Maverick. It all makes sense.
But yeah, Bunny's also struggling to remember things because there's gaps in his memory. Also, I'm going to point it out here. Bunny, in his past, was 4 years old when his family was murked. Why is he still voiced by Yuri Lowenthal? Yes, I'm going to harp on this. This is fucking stupid.
It's not the only anime guilty of this.
It's not, and every time I hear it, I think it's really dumb.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to hear something awkward in the anime F, A Tale of Melodies, you get Dave Matranga trying to voice a 5-year-old, and he makes his voice as high as possible, and you can tell it's literally killing him. This is why you do not do this.
Though.
Anyway, back with Tiger and Fire Emblem, who was proven innocent, by the way, because his flames can't get hot enough to murder a tiger. They're on their own when they're attacked by a robot, who's using blue flames. Huh. Wonder if that's gonna mean anything. Weird. And it turns out the robot is being piloted by the Kirk bomber from a few episodes ago. Yeah, you see him throughout the episode in the background and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a guy was killed in the prison yard with those bluish green flames, and Tiger jumps on the roof to investigate, and we pan over to another scene of the Kirk bomber in a car.
Yeah. He ends up trying to pursue Agnes because he's going after all the witnesses who were there at his first attempt at bombing the restaurant. Yeah. Which Bunny also shows up to help out as well, and that's when they find out the Kirk bomber has an Ouroboros tattoo on his neck.
Complete global saturation.
But before they can question him, he's hit by an arrow and set on the fire and the flames.
Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to set him up as the guy killing the prison guards, only to say, "JK, your eyes weren't fooling you. Those were just blue flames on his neck."
That's when Bunny shouts at Tiger about Ouroboros being involved in his family's murder. That when this family's killer was arrested, the one thing they said was Ouroboros. That was it.
They also had that symbol in their hand. My hand.
My hand! I mean, it was Kirk. It's appropriate. Kirk Thornton. Yeah. Anyway.
Only people who play Soul Calibur 6 will get
Well, Bunny is now pissed off at Tiger because he blames him for getting the person killed, which normally I'd be like, oh fuck, just shitty drama, but in this it works because, again, it's his family's killer and he's suffering from massive PTSD, so it works here.
And that was his only clue.
Yep, because he hadn't had a clue on his family's killer for years. The guy that got arrested, he's not even sure is the real culprit. He wants to make double D sure. So, yeah. Tiger is forced to team up with Blue Rose for a time, as they save a Laura Bailey child, who keeps getting kidnapped, by the way, like 5 times, and yes, it's the same one.
Yeah, because I put it up, it was like, wait a minute, that's the same fucking child again.
But yeah. The separation of the two partners doesn't last long, as T and B are both invited by Maverick to test out a new chamber that's supposed to heal you and cleanse you if you sleep in it. Whereas the chamber Tiger is in has Saito going, "Hey, are you asleep yet? It's working, it's working, it's working!" Bunny has Maverick lullabying him to sleep with his voice of, "Just hang in there, everything will be fine." Which, Bunny proceeds to have a nightmare.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. But hey, there's no time for that because the next day they're raiding a syndicate. Anyone remember Syndicate? You know, that reboot that EA came out with?
Just stop. That
Well,
was terrible.
T&B theorized that the Flame Killer is targeting people inside Ouroboros to silence those who are in the organization, because he might be a member. So they're going to raid this syndicate and interrogate someone if they can. But that's when the Flame Killer crashes the party and goes on some weird spiel about justice. And he's voiced by Liam O'Brien.
That's weird.
He also reveals his name to be Lunatic.
Also, I'm going to bring this up because it's relevant to the last episode. Every time Lunatic shows up, there's a red moon in the sky, and the sky is all red.
Yeah,
Just
Lunatic
like
is edgy as fuck.
Just like at the very beginning of last episode, before those his prisoners got murked, the first shot was a red moon.
Yeah.
It's just a visual cue to signify lunatics in an episode, and it's there throughout the entire series.
Well, Lunatic, after declaring his thing about justice, ends up getting away as Rock Bison actually captures a live criminal before they were all killed. Yes,
Holy
Rock Bison
shit.
did something. I don't believe it. Bullshit. I think he's taking the credit for someone else. You all will understand why when we get near the end of this set, which we're about past the halfway point. And this is when I started to think maybe I should drop the Netflix version, because there's a scene post-credits that isn't on Netflix, where you find out the criminal did not have a tattoo on his body anywhere. And the judge, Liam O'Brien, is here talking about justice. Huh.
Oh look, and he's wearing a tie that has a blue and green pattern on it, much like the flames Lunatic does not use.
Well, we open with the next episode where the public thinks Lunatic's more effective than the heroes. He's only killing bad guys, which, as Light pointed out in Death Note, yeah, if you ask most people in public, they're going to tell you killing a person is wrong. But when you can remain anonymous, most people are going to say, well, if they're killing criminals, who cares? So the show actually is pretty accurate with that.
Yeah, they're just criminals. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. We cut to a scene of the Council of Dumbasses, where one's Michael McConaughey, one's Kirk, the mayor of the city is Dave Wittenberg, and the judge is here, talking about arresting Lunatic.
And that's it. His name is literally the mayor.
Yeah, I tried to look up his name, it just says mayor. Anyway.
That's hilarious.
But we're at the episode with Hero Academy now, and it's an Origami Cyclone episode. Yes, insert UA reference here, blah blah blah, My Hero Academia, lol. Anyway, the principal of this academy is Michael McConaughey, as Cyclone used to go there years ago. And he's emo, because he's like, I want to do more than just photobomb stuff, guys. I don't think I can do it, though.
My powers just aren't useful for combat.
Speaking of powers not being useful for combat, the new students show off their abilities, one of them being Keith, again. And they're honestly on par with what Marvel and DC are coming up with now.
Yeah.
Let's see, a guy that can turn his head into a giraffe.
Extendo deck. Honestly, some of these powers are less lame than some of the academia powers.
I don't know, man. That woman that can sweat buckets and that's her only power. It's like, that's fucking gross. Why?
That's still on par with some of the lamest academia.
Oh, it is. And I think that's the point in academia, though, is he is memeing with those. You're not meant to take those seriously. Like here, you're not meant to take these seriously either. Tiger even says, these guys feel like sideshow circus act rather than heroes. But I love how when they're each giving a speech on what to do, Tiger's like, the only thing that matters is saving people. Bunny's like, the only thing that matters is points. Save people for points. And you have Cyclone, who's like, I don't know what matters.
This is very conflicting for them, I'm sure.
Well, this is when we find out here Cyclone's past. There was a former graduate named Edward he looked up to, voiced by Ben Diskin. And yeah, apparently he was arrested for Moida. Because, yeah, didn't Cyclone fuck up or something and not help him when he should have?
Yeah, he grabbed the gun from the crooks, and there was a struggle, and the gun went off and accidentally shot the hostage.
Oh, so...
An accidental gun discharge.
So you're saying the hostage fought with the gun and the gun won? Because as we know, the gun is the true criminal here.
Yeah. The bullet was innocent, the gun is the real criminal.
Oh yeah. And
I mean, technically, if he got involved, he could have made it worse since his power is only shape-shifting.
Yeah, Edward was arrested, and he's like, "Cyclone, help me! What are you doing?" And he just sat there. He couldn't do anything. He was nervous because again, they were still students at the academy, so they didn't know how to handle, you know, terrorists or whatever. As he also tells Tiger what his ability is, how he could shapeshift. And I'm sitting here thinking, that means he could morph into Tiger and suck him off. And the best part is, it wouldn't even be gay. 10 points for anyone who gets that reference. Anyway. As if it wasn't convenient, Edward ends up breaking out of prison as we're back in present day and goes on the attack after Cyclone because he wants revenge! And Tiger ends up giving Cyclone a pep talk, basically saying, you need to save him this time. Save him from himself. Be a real hero. I believe in you. Oh.
Oh, as look, the red is a moon or something. I mean, yes, the
red is moon, because Lunatic crashes the party again and goes after Ed. Because, you know, I target criminals. Justice. By the way, if this were dubbed out of Ocean and he wasn't Brad Swell, I would have been pissed. I'm being real. Justice. But this is when Cyclone comes up with the idea of becoming Ed to distract Lunatic.
It works for like 10 seconds.
It gives enough time for TNB to step in and end up fighting Lunatic as they debate their ideals of justice. As Lunatic believes in an eye for an eye, whereas Tiger says that's just senseless murder. So, take it or leave it, I guess. I mean, the show does an okay job, I guess, framing it for you to come up with your own conclusion between the two. Because some of the points Lunatic brings up at some point, you know, about how these criminals are just going to end up back on the streets going right back to crime again. And look at what happened with Ed. He murdered a dude and is back out now to murder again. Because he escaped.
Actually, I think he murdered a woman, but yeah, we get...
You know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway. Isn't this where, Tiger hits Lunatic and damages his thing?
Yeah, Tiger gets a hit in and it cracks his helmet, and then he's off to his lunatic cave.
To the lunatic cave! Do-do-do-do. Wait a minute, that doesn't work. You gotta cue the other theme song. Anyway. Cyclone and Ed make up, and he's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I should have helped you back then. But hey, maybe if you get out, I'll be waiting for you. He killed someone and then escaped from prison instead of serving his sentence. I don't think he's getting out anytime soon, Cyclone. But it's alright, because he declares he will no longer stay in the background and just photobomb. He's actually going to do hard work now. Character development.
Man, that's weird.
Anyway... In a post-credits scene that wasn't on Netflix again, which this was when I 100% dropped it on Netflix at this point, is when we find out Lunatic's mask is cracked. And, yeah, it's revealed who it is. It was the judge the whole time!
They were so subtle about hiding!
But next, we have a Dragon Kid episode, where the episode opens up with Laura Bailey child being saved by Dragon Kid. So yes, Laura Bailey saves Laura Bailey. Don't worry, it's going to get dumber as the episode goes on.
Yes, it was that same child again.
Well, speaking of which...
No, this isn't the last time she's in danger and has to be rescued.
Maybe she should leave the city, man. Like, maybe her family should be like, yeah, we're getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Put her on a leash or something, because clearly she likes to walk into danger.
It's so cool, the heroes, man. But yeah, Tiger is asked to look after the mayor's baby, where no one can calm the baby down except Dragon Kid. Oh boy, a babysitting episode. Please, no, not after the Sword Beast one. I can't.
Oh yeah, this is when he reveals to everyone that I'm a dad.
Damn it, P5. Yeah. So, he said he knows if they could...
The only one that knew about it was Bison, because, again, drinking buddies and...
And he's like, do we know? Do you guys know?
Is his off-work friend that he hangs out with occasionally?
It's because they're both in last place, I'm pretty sure. I think that's why they hang out. Because, yeah, Bison's one of the least popular heroes, too.
They clearly know each other, but... Well, they've probably also been at it longer than some of the other...
You know, in Season 2, when that comes out, I wonder if they do, like, a prequel thing at some point to let us know more about that. Because that'd be kind of cool. I don't think we ever find out how these two know each other. Anyway... While Dragon Kid and T&B are watching over the baby, she reveals that she thinks her parents are far too doting on her. As Tiger, being a dad...
Also after the I'm a dad thing was revealed, Blue Rose is just in the background completely broke.
Yeah. It's... Actually, we should mention, it's implied that Blue Rose is soon for Tiger. She even makes comments numerous times, like, no, I don't like bunnies, kind of an asshole, fuck him. Oh, so then who do you like? You know what, I'm not even answering that, dumbass. She treats Tiger in the tsundere way. But yeah. So, Tiger basically tells Dragon Kid about how your parents really do care about you, you should appreciate them more. Because he understands, he dotes on Kaede all the time. At least if he wasn't so busy. Also, we get a flashback of Dragon Kid's parents where her dad is Wally Winger. That's not stupid.
It's also his only ad voice outside of being that Walla.
And her mom is Julianne Taylor. Jaguar. Which, I'm sure that's not going to make this stupid. In a second, you'll see. So...
No, it's going to be silly.
T&B end up falling asleep while Dragon Kid takes the baby for a walk. No, it's not a dog. She just wants to go for a walk with the baby.
Because T&B were having a late night bonding session, got drunk and passed out.
Yeah. Which I will say, that's one thing I did see people say about this compared to My Hero Academia. That this show actually deals with, you know, adults instead of teenagers, so... That's one reason why some people prefer it.
Outside of
Dragon Kid
and Blue Rose.
Yeah. Anyway, on their walkies, Dragon Kid and the baby get abducted by Julianne Taylor and Laura Bailey. And Tara Sands, or Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter.
You wanna make biscuits?
Wanna make biscuits? Gonna make biscuits. Anyway, so Laura Bailey just kidnapped herself, even though at the beginning of the episode she saved herself. We've hit peak fucking stupid.
Never change, LA.
Yeah, this was dubbed out of Studiopolis, by the way, so there you go. They're just as guilty as Bang Zoom.
No, really?
Anyway... T&B are going after the baby when they wake up, as well as Agnes, who's dragged along. But, make a long story short, the three that kidnapped her are also next. that each have a different way of smelling something.
I mean, guess they're related, so it makes sense.
One can smell danger, one can smell lies, and the other smells money.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I know the baby's important. We can ransom the baby. So...
The baby's also next at his telekinesis.
Yeah. Which comes into play here. Because Dragon Kid and the baby end up saving themselves. Don't they cause a car that they're in to explode?
Yeah, the baby causes the warehouse they're in to explode, and that's what attracts everyone to where they are.
Which, because it's flames, Bunny has a PTSD attack. Which we're about to hit that arc of to explain more on that. To close this set out. Anyway, Dragon Kid and the baby apprehend the criminals. Well, I guess Dragon Kid does. As she learns now to appreciate her parents and wear the, what is it, the ribbon they got her?
The hairpin.
Hairpin, that's what it was. Alright.
Which is a type of, which they even pan over to her looking at an article of what the flower type means, and it means thinking of you.
Yep. Because as Tiger had told her earlier...
Everything does.
Yeah. Go hug a fucking cactus. Flowers mean love. Anyway.
Your love.
Oh. But now, Tiger is asked to go on a vacation. Or he's fired. That's literally the conversation from Lloyd's.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because he's like, unfair labor laws. You better take a break or you're fired. And I love how he's like, but a hero's work is never done. It is now. Go on vacation. So, T promises Kaede he'll be back soon, as he buys a stuffed bear from one of the sketchiest Patrick sites you could ever buy from, who literally talks like this. And has that nerdy voice.
But it couldn't be more sketchy, because he buys it from Toys R Us.
Toys R Us are dead, aren't they? Or they come back for a time? I don't even know.
I don't know. They could be back again someday.
Anyway.
These things never really die.
Well... While he's on vacay, Bunny is still investigating and comes across a picture of his parents' killer, which I'll just say now, his name is Jake Martinez, and he's voiced by Steve Blum. Which, do I really need to list off any roles for him, guys?
I mean...
Fine, Tom from Toonami. There, that's the one role.
That's the only role that's important.
Okay, Goku from GT Final Bout. No wonder why Barnaby hates him. Because they're both voiced very obscure times of Goku. They want to fight over who the most obscure Goku voice is. Anyway. So, Bunny wants to go to the prison to see if Jake is the one who killed his family. But they'll never do it again.
Of course they won't, they're dead.
Meanwhile, Tiger's on his way home as his vacation's about to be interrupted by a bomb going off on the Bronx Bridge. Which I'm pretty sure is just a collab of Brooklyn and Bronx.
Yeah.
Subtle.
Even though it's clearly not all New York, it's various other places, especially once we establish how the foundation of this city works.
The foundation. What? Don't be like that. Anyway... Lloyd's calls him up and is like, hey, you need to go to work it out. He's like, what? But I'm on vacation, remember? I promised my dad. Hey, a hero's work is never done. You really just used my own words against me. Dick! So, he's forced to step in. All of the heroes jump in as, for some reason...
different location.
Yep, because the bears are in each location with exosuits that are attacking things.
Yeah. The bears are piloting exosuits.
This sounds really silly, but it's silly in the fun way. I'm for it.
I mean, until you take 1 second and think, oh yeah, the bears are probably controlled by some kind of next.
Well, Bunny was headed to the prison, but he decides to head back to help Tiger out because he hears how everything's fucking up. As Tiger says, "Say hello to my little friend," to one of the bears.
While holding the broken Gatling gun from one of the mechs and shooting at them with it.
Someone is having too much fun with these dumb scripts. And again, Studiopolis did that with Bleach too.
But was it a dub script or was it Wallace?
I don't know. I'm gonna think it's Jamie Simone. He ADR directed a lot of Bleach too, so...
Both?
Yeah, maybe it was hit. Maybe he's a big Scarface fan, which, I mean, it's fucking Scarface. Come on. Who isn't?
Or maybe they just just let the bot ad-lib something and just...
just insert a line here, blah, blah, blah. So...
This line doesn't really mean that much. Try to come up with something.
Anyway.
They do that occasionally.
Well, it's during this stuff when Ouroboros members hijack the broadcast. As the two members we have first is Cream, voiced by Stephanie Shea. Which I'm surprised she's not poured out more in this stuff. She voiced a couple of one-off characters here and there, but that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's Warhime. And Hans Chuckman, voiced by Vic Mignogna. Yes! I mean, sorry. I don't have an erection.
I want to get that checked out. Maybe we've been taking too much extents.
Don't judge me. Anyway, they demand that they will have all their exosuits destroy the pillars holding up the city, sinking it into the ocean, if they don't release Jake. The Jake. From the prison. So, yeah. The town leaders meet or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? As the exosuits, one of the pillars gets blown up, forcing their hand.
Release the Jake.
But during this time, they end up capturing Chuckman and having Origami Cyclone impersonate him to go to the Jake. And as Jake is set free, he ends up walking by a black man voiced by Patrick Seitz, doing the blackest voice you'll ever hear Patrick Seitz do, outside of SAO. And he murders the shit out of him.
You mean Nuetra became Ikaku?
Yes. I know you made that joke. It's okay. Well, Cyclone ends up going with them as he's the pilot of the Helima chopper. And Jake seems sus of him. I wonder why he's suspicious of him already. I wonder if that's going to mean anything later.
Yeah.
Well, Jake gives his own broadcast with his two friends, or Cream and the Cyclone.
Also, might as well explain her ability.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Really
yeah, and Chuckman isn't an X. He's a normal human that believes that Nex should rule the world, because Jake believes Nex are superior, that humans are blah blah. He's basically like Magneto's plotline.
Yeah. So she pretty much controls dolls with strands of her hair, hence the exosuits. And she also but she controls them with radio signals as well. Hence what we're gonna get later.
Anyway. So Jake's broadcast, he says he's not freeing the hostages, but what he will do is Gladiator Cage! Or
Battle Royale!
He will take on the heroes one by one until they're all defeated, to show that next to become subservient to humans are worthless in his new world. Because again, Magneto. Next are the only ones worth ruling. I mean, it is literally Magneto, isn't it? He's just way more of an extremist.
Just not magnet powers.
Yeah. And again, he's way more insane.
Less broken.
Magneto's fucking cool, man.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Didn't deny his powers are fucking
they are broken as fuck, but he's still cool. So...
there are a lot of mutants in X-Men that have broken powers.
It's after this when Maverick does the broadcast, because the mayor's too much of a pussy to do anything, to calm the citizens down, convincing Barnaby to come forward and explain his past to the citizens in order to inspire people. basically saying, I've been hunting this man my whole life, I'm gonna go for it, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah. The post-credit scene of this episode is Cyclone getting caught by the Jake.
Or them replaying a scene from earlier in the episode from his perspective.
Yeah, where Cyclone's like, I'm at the hideout. I'm gonna try finding a way to shut down the exosuits, so don't worry, we've got time. This battle royale, we're not gonna have to do it, guys. I don't think the battle royale was announced yet, but it's about to be, so it's fine. Because Jake just said he's not releasing the hostages yet. But, yeah. He gets caught by Jake, which we'll find out how Jake was able to do it later. In fact, Jake immediately knows it's Origami Cyclone. He even shows him a picture of it. He's like, this here would be very useful, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But now they know where the base is.
What's that armband, dumbass?
That is actually a good point.
That's pretty much what he says.
But
his
yeah.
Communicator hero armband.
Bunny ends up scouting the base out and saying, wait for me, don't come after me, just trust me. So Tiger doesn't trust Bunny. I'm sure this is not going to cause issues. Damn it, Tiger, you idiot. As Tiger shows up and ends up falling for a trap Jake set because he's an idiot. It turns out that when they saw Jake, Tiger jumped in to try capturing him, but it was Origami Cyclone forced to change into Jake.
The Jake?
The Jake. And Bunny calls him an idiot, saying, why'd you follow me? I knew that was Jake, or it wasn't Jake, you dumbass. He's wearing one of our communicators.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Why are you wearing that?
Yeah. As Jake laughs at them and says, I've got something special planned, which this where the Battle Royale thing's announced. Got a little ahead of myself earlier. It tends to happen to me. I'm sorry. I always finish or... Wait a minute.
Premature ejaculator man, indeed.
Anyway. T and B start arguing about trust as Bunny says, you don't trust me. I was really starting to have faith in you, man. What the hell? As Jake arrives at the place where the town meeting is, killing Chuckman for failing. You killed Vic, you son of a bitch. I hate you now. Anyway. And, yeah.
Chuckman.
Now he announces the gladiator cage for the heroes. Whereas, of course, Agnes is like, this is going to be the greatest ratings we've ever had in our life. I can't wait. She's a real ratings whore.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like she's a producer or something. Oh.
Yeah, Tiger tries telling the other heroes that Jake can launch lasers from his fingertips because he did it earlier when they were getting ready to take him on. As Sky High is up first. And we found out Tiger didn't do his observation correctly. Because what's Jake's real power? Die?
Oh, those weren't lasers. Those were force fields.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. He might not be as broken as Magneto, but he's still really fucking broken.
So Sky High, who was established as the strongest hero at this point, just jobbed.
Yeah, he even said it, like it even shows him landing a blow on him, and Jake's like, huh, I felt that one, but never said it hurt, man. So yeah, Sky High he jobs, and Patrick Seitz does his trademark Patrick Seitz screams that we've heard him do a million times before if you've seen anything with him in it. And next up is Rock Bison, who says, don't worry, I'll charge right through those force fields. He loses off screen.
It literally cuts away after he charges.
Dude, I forgot he jobbed off screen. Again, I haven't seen this show since it aired on Neon Alley back in 2012, so... I knew he jobbed, like I remember that, but...
And then their next experience with it was the movie, which makes fun of Rock Bison. Slight spoilers.
Yeah. God, Rock Bison sucks. Anyway, Tiger is up third.
Every group needs a jobber.
Tiger and Bunny are both up first because he draws 2 cards, but Bunny's like, I'm gonna hang back. Fuck you, Tiger. You go forward and I'll just study his movements.
I mean, Tiger is technically drawn first.
Yeah, he was. But he said he wanted to take on 2 at once. Bunny just decides to stay back. As Cyclone awakens from his injuries and manages to call in and tell everyone that the bears control the exosuits, that it's done by next. And there's a transmutation or transmitter thingy that they can do, a signal.
Hair transmitters.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And Tiger uses his power and is getting his ass kicked. But when his power runs out, he ends up landing a blow on fucking Jake.
Because he stumbled. He stumbled and tripped and wasn't thinking at all.
Yeah, and he was thinking, he's like, come on, Kotetsu, think. There's got to be a way to beat him. Which, while Jake is beating the shit out of him, he said, you blew it, Kotetsu. You blew it. Wonder if that's going to be a subtle thing that shows up again later.
No.
Anyway, Tiger is royally fucked up because Jake is pissed off for getting hit, because I guess no one's ever really hit him before due to his powers.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's when Agnes pretty much chimes in saying, hey, let's delay the fights till the next day. That way the ratings will be at their peak. And he's like, you're right. Let's wait till morning. Thus giving the heroes a little more time to recoup, especially Tiger, who's being treated by Dr. Vic. See, Vic isn't dead. He lives on.
Oh, so he got chucked into the body of a doctor.
Yeah. We also get a flashback of Bunny's past where Jake shoots Bunny's parents with a gun. Huh. It's a little strange. Why would you use a gun, Jake? Are you an idiot? Jake from State Farm. You could use your powers. Maybe he was just lazy that day. Whatever. Anyway, so the fights are now about to start. It's the next day. As the remaining heroes, Fire Emblem, Dragon Kid, Blue Rose, are set to use the transmitter jamming device on the dolls and the exosuits, while Bunny's job is to take on the Jake. And
State Farm.
Yep. Tiger's awake, and yeah, he thinks he can help out, even though he's half dead. As Jake tells Bunny that he actually has 2 powers, but that's the one hint he's gonna give him. By the way, Tiger's the only one who figures out what his extra power is. Again, proving he's not a complete dumbass.
Thus smarter than Renji slightly.
You know we're memeing. People are going to think we hate Renji, but no, we don't. Renji's actually one of my favorite characters in Bleach, so...
You can't argue that he's kind of an idiot.
He is.
That's the one thing you can't argue.
But yeah. Tiger uses his power to speed up his healing, quote-unquote, to rush out to help Bunny. But, yeah, it didn't even really heal him, did it? It didn't just give him, like, an adrenaline thing so he could get up.
Yeah...
As Bunny's getting his ass kicked and monologuing about needing revenge on the monster that took his family from him, and I'm left here thinking, are we watching Naruto with Sasuke bitching about Itachi?
No, because Bunny's not a total bitch. What are you talking about?
Anyway. Bunny gets knocked away right when Tiger shows up just in time to tell him that Jake's other power is super hearing. He can hear the muscles in their bodies, and that's how he's able to avoid attacks. It's not just his force fields.
Here, take this supersonic grenade.
That Saito came up with. It's good. And Bunny's like, I shouldn't trust you. And the Tiger's like, please trust me. I'm bleeding to death here, man. I came here just to help you. Which is enough to have Bunny give him one last chance to trust him. He rushes in as Jake thinks, huh, you think my power's super hearing? You fucking idiot. It's time for you to get murked. But surprise, penis, it was a flashbang the whole time! As
My
Jake
eyes feel like burning.
Jake is blinder than me after the BBC gangbang. And Bunny proceeds to beat the shit out of him. That's when Tiger reveals to Bunny after everything is said and done that Jake can read minds. And it's the fact that Jake called him Kotetsu in the fight that tipped him off, because he only thought to himself, Kotetsu, you can do this.
Luckily for him, that
stuck out.
Luckily for him, that was also not televised, because it was deemed too... They cut the feed.
Yeah, we should also mention during this time the other remaining heroes were taking on the exosuits because they all powered on to defend themselves. So... But they managed to take them all down.
Because Super Jam...
As they're all having a conversation about girl power, and Blue Rose says, yeah, but that doesn't work for one of us. And Dragon Kid goes, I can't help it, I'm a tomboy. And she goes, I'm not talking about you. And Fire Emblem goes, girl, you did not just say that. I am plenty feminine. And she goes, I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's when Cream shows up and with the hell on my chopper and is like, you better let Jake go now. I have hostages. Oh shit, I don't have hostages. Actually, what the fuck even happens here to crash her hell on my chopper? What?
It gets hit.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Talk.
Yeah, by Tiger, isn't it? It's Tiger or Bunny?
Yeah.
One of the two. I think it's
Bunny. Tiger's
yeah.
too in.
Yeah, it's Bunny. Anyway, as Jake tries running towards the chopper, it gets knocked down and crashes on top of him.
This is what you're thinking about. Tiger uses his grappling hook to grab him.
Yeah, because he went to jump for the chopper and didn't work. And you get Steve 1 making a hilarious squeal as the chopper falls on him. And I think Jake is dead. I honestly can't remember, so that's going to be interesting going forward, but I think he did die here, pretty sure. As everyone is celebrating their victory. And, yeah. Bunny then says thank you to Kotetsu. As Tiger's like, what? And he goes, what? Is it weird for me to call you that? Character dev. They respect each other now. As the arc comes to a close. And, yeah, you also get Lunatic saying it looks like justice was served. It will always find a way.
So I guess he is dead? I guess we'll find out in the next set if he really died, if that helicopter really landed on him.
Dude, I want to see Lunatic versus Jake. That'd be a cool fight.
Even though he's probably dead?
Yeah, but that would still been a cool matchup. Anyway, so the first arc of Tiger and Bunny. It's honestly fucking great. The show's really good.
Or the first 13 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first major arc, is the Jake Battle Royale.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yep.
So, yeah, the Mysterio arc. Anyway. I mean, hey, Spider-Man's here. It's worth it.
Yeah, he is. Or at least one of the many voices of Spider-Man.
I mean, hey, you also... Yeah, you had Spider-Man taking on Wolverine. See, it fits. The battle of the Gokus, battle of the heroes.
And those two are all never get along. It was bound up.
But yeah, there's probably a couple minor things you could nitpick here and there, but nothing egregious enough to actually really warrant any massive issues.
Yeah, I mean, they even go out of their way to have minor comments come back later in the episode.
Yeah.
Or the attention to detail with the blue flames versus Lunatic's flames.
You could say some of the heroes do need to get more screen time, which that probably is rectified in the second half.
Since it's a TV program, it makes sense for there to be this many heroes.
No, I'm talking about, like, you know, between Fire Emblem. We haven't gotten anything on him yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that happens in the second half.
I'm pretty sure at least everyone gets one episode of their own.
Again, I can't remember it. I'm treating it as if, like, you know, people are watching it for the first time. So that's what I think I want going
based
forward.
Off what I remember, and based on what I remember, he either gets an episode or he gets his thing.
I know he gets a character arc. I'm just wondering when though, because yeah, that's the one thing I want. The other heroes to get more screen time, especially fucking Rock Bison, man. He needs more. Yeah, he got so fucked up. He was in a neck brace and everything.
It's like, how did you get fucked up more than that's... What the fuck? Yeah,
as far as the dub goes, there was only one minor issue I noticed when the announcer calls Blue Rose at one point Boo Rose. He missed the L. Yeah. But it's one of, and obviously the recycling of ad voices, but that's par for the course with LA.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone does a really good job. Everyone's hamming it up.
The ad voices got less worse when we went into the second half.
Oh yeah, that Laura Bailey child that keeps getting kidnapped was during the Jake arc as well. She was there getting kidnapped again.
Yeah, so that just confirms it's the same fucking child.
It's so
every damn time.
Yeah, but Laura Bailey and Keith are easily the two.
Danger magnet.
Laura Bailey and Keith are the two worst ones when it comes to ad voices. Hopefully that chills itself out in the second half.
And if Keith is in an LA dub, he usually is one of the worst ones in these for the most part.
Yeah.
They just love to use him as ad voices.
But as we mentioned, the dub is really fucking good. Everyone here brings their A game. Everyone's having blasts with their respective roles.
Yeah. And you know the show actually has really good writing. Seamlessly blending together A and B plots a lot of the time when most shows can barely do A or B plots. Yeah, take another shot at CW. I know, it's sad.
Not just CW, a lot of TV shows in general. Yeah. But yeah.
Like coming up, lines that you would consider throwaway lines just come back later in the episode. Like the heroes never take a break. Heroes' work is never done.
Well, either way, next time will be eps 14 to 25. We still have the second half of the TV anime, the two films, and a quote-unquote spin-off to cover. So we're just getting started with T&B. Join us next time for Tiger and Bunny Set 2, which I highly suggest avoiding the Netflix version after what I just learned, because holy shit.
Yeah, your current experience with the Netflix version is you missed, is if you would have continued there, you would have missed like over an episode's worth of after credit scenes.
I literally had to go rewatch those episodes just to jump to the very end to see the new scenes. It's like, fuck's sake. There goes the most convenient method. Anyway. We'll be back. Let us know what y'all thought. Hope y'all enjoyed. As far as MVP of this set, I can't really think of one. Everyone did a good job. Yuri Lowenthal and Wally obviously steal the show. Steve Blum did great as Jake. You could tell he's unhinged, fucking insane.
Yeah, that unhinged squeal.
Yeah. But you could tell he was having a blast with that role.
If a helicopter is about to crush you, make your sounds in the comments. Wait.
Yeah, Jake was a fucking great villain, because he's one of those people you just love to hate. He's such a dick.
Yeah, and he was the first major step up from just bank robber of the week.
And I guess Lunatic, who's more of an anti-hero.
The closest you got is the Diamond Thief.
Yeah, and you got Lunatic.
And Lunatic.
Who is basically the Red Hood of the series, if y'all couldn't tell by that. That's literally what he is. He's Red Hood.
Yeah, And he talks about Thanatos or something. Did you know he's edgy?
And he calls all the guilty people sinners and says they must be judged.
Man, if Infinite's theme fits for any role by hell.
But alright, guys. Thanks again for watching. Let us know what you thought. Hope you all enjoyed this long-ass vid. And if you stuck around that long, you're a legend. Really appreciate it. Well, leave a
If you
comment
want
with
some
what you
more
thought.
long-ass vids, go watch the Bleach ones.
Some of those got pretty lengthy too. But alright guys, till next time, we'll be back with more TNB in the coming days. And then watch, I'm saying that and it's like 3 months from now because something happens, like a helicopter falls on me.
You are the G.
But alright guys, for realsies, thanks again. Leave a comment, like, and all that, much appreciated. If you like this sort of stuff, I guess. Till next time, guys. Bye! Right, Shimaru!